Hello everyone, this is Kubo and this is my laundry talk. Hello, this show is for my language improvement, nothing else. So I will talk whatever I want to talk. And if you happen to find this channel, lucky you. Okay, so today I am going to talk about entrance exam, specifically university in Japan. Okay, I live in Canada right now and I'm not quite sure how entrance exam or like how to enter university works here. But in Japan, in most universities, you have to pass their entrance exams. Depending on the school, like rules are slightly different, and then what kind of subject you have to take is different. And depending on your expertise, what you're good at, you can definitely find numerous ways to enter universities. And one thing is that it's very common, or I would say more than 90%, 95% of people enter universities just right after high school graduation. And to take those exams, you have to pass exams before your graduation. So the last year of in high school, a lot of people study a lot of times or spend a lot of time to basically pass the exam. And it's such a big deal that to enter big universities in Japan. And reason being to enter big enterprises, like a big companies, well-known companies, name of university matters a lot. And when you think about the hiring process, they've got, okay, I don't want to get into too much in hiring process in Japan, but okay, it's also very unique, like entrance exam, to enter, or most common way for people to get hired by big corporation is that at the end of the university, the last year of the university, those big corporations opens up some spots specifically for new graduate university students. And since there are limited spots in there, numerous amount of people apply to those spots. And obviously to screen those applicants out from the once you get into in-person interview, that's like already, no matter how great your university was, it doesn't really matter. But what I was coming here is that more for screening out people in resume stage. When you send resumes, and then how employer screen out is just the name, value of university, and then focus on what they've done in university afterwards. So it's very important to get into big university, blah blah blah, and then that's why people get quite serious about entrance exams or entrance exams for university. And I was definitely one of them. And especially in my high school was one of the, I know there's hierarchy for high school as well in each region, in each prefecture, blah blah blah. Anyhow, so luckily I got into like one of the best high school in my prefecture. And you know, little I know, when I was in high school, like I wasn't really sure what I wanted to be like once I graduate university or high school. So all I could do is just, look around, just monitor what other people do, and then they're trying to get into as big university as possible. So I'm like, okay, so I could join that flow. Since I don't have any specific dreams or specific path I'm gonna follow. Then, of course you have to narrow down what you study, and then I was like, I honestly don't know what I want to do, but what I was good at is math. I was really, really good at math. And typically when you go into public school, you have to do like at least 5 major subjects, which is math, English, and Japanese, or literature, I guess, and social study, and like one of social studies, like it could be politic or geography, or we could do science. Anyway, so those you have to pass through, but I was good at only math and nothing else at the time. And so public school was already out of options for me in terms if I wanted to go to, major public university. And I was fine with it, like I just didn't care. But a lot of like private school, even though they are big and well known, they only require like certain subject instead of like all of them. And then and I found a university that I only need to take entrance exam for math and English, then one essay for the subject. Anyhow, so that's where I started, thinking about university and narrow down 2 subjects and 1 essay. And what's crazy about this is that even though I narrowed down 2 subjects, when I was in the 3rd grade of high school, the last year of high school, in addition, on top of schoolwork, from 8 a.m. to 3 or 4 p.m., we collectively, or I went to clam school after school. So, from 4 to 10 or 11 p.m., I study specifically for those entrance exams. So I basically studied, 6 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours additionally to schoolwork. And reason being that, like, I don't know why now I think about why I spent so much time studying, but I just needed to know a lot of stuff or people needed to make sure, or I felt like I needed to make sure that I can answer every possible question they will ask. And that's how I prepared for entrance exam. But I'm not the hardest worker in terms of studying. Like, there are people who study much more than me, which sounds crazy, right? But yes, that exists. Anyhow, it's a very stressful process for Japanese people to go through and entrance exams for university. And of course I was already good at math, so I was of course studying about it, but I needed to work on my English much more. And especially like reading was fine, but writing was one of the biggest wall that I had to break. There's one memorable thing. So like I had one English teacher who was very nice to me, and she always made an environment that I can always come in and ask questions, or she was willing to look over my English essay additionally to any curriculum I was doing. And honestly, thanks to her, I was, first of all, I was motivated to study English. At the same time, I always had feedback so that I can get better and better. And one time, me and her were talking, okay, let's just find one topic and then, make the perfect essay so that you kind of gauge the idea of like what essay should look like for entrance exam. It doesn't have to be perfect in a sense, but it's perfect for entrance exam context. And then she and me decided to write about gay marriage in Japan, like should it be legalized or not. Then I obviously said like, oh yes, it should be legalized, and I made an essay about it, and she looked through and correct all the grammar, and I just did it again and enhanced the content, blah blah blah. And on the entrance exam day, I was doing all the problems for English and solve. And at the end of the exam, I have to write an essay, and it takes about 40-50 minutes to complete those essays usually. But the topic was, should gay marriage or same-sex marriage be legalized in Japan? And I was like, the exact problem or exact topic we were discussing with my teacher, and I was like, oh my god, this is the moment I was like, okay, I think I got this. I know exactly what I need to do, and I have firm opinion about this, and then grammars are already corrected by teacher. And because I was passionate about this essay back and forth with my teacher, I remember exactly what I was writing. So maybe there was like a little curious mistakes, but other than that, my essay was great, and then I got into like one of the highest university in Japan. And I was quite happy about it, and I just got a message from her about, just update about her life and my life, and I just remembered those things, so why don't I share about it? So, miracle happens, and then I just so thankful to her and all she did to me. So, that's my talk. Bye now.